Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Tesla price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis and taking a look at Tesla for the all-time history. We have a 1, 2 here, a 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5, a finished wave A or a wave 1, ABC for a wave 2 and you're looking to an impulse towards the upside 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5. Finished wave C or a wave A here where you might have finished 3 corrective waves of course as a zigzag. Now, very low possibility that you are in a wave 1, 2, and then 3, for 2 or 3 reasons even. The first reason that you don't have a wave 2 because you did not reach the minimum requirement 0.38 Fib level for a wave 2, and of course you see of course a very high amount of price directly of course impulsively without reaching the 0.38 and only the 0.23, giving higher potential for a wave B rather than a wave 2. And that means, of course, giving us an ABC correction. The second reason is that we hit only the 1-to-1 Fib level. And that means, of course, a perfect Fib level for a wave C in a zigzag. And even if you consider this is a part of the impulse here, even it did not reach the 1.27, which is the minimum requirement for a wave 3. And that means, of course, again, it gives higher potential for, of course, a wave C rather than a wave 3. And that means we are looking at a higher possibility here as a 3 waves toward the upside. And we're looking at something still corrective in this area, which it can be read in, of course, as an expanding flat for a wave A, a zigzag for a wave B, and you're looking for an impulse towards the downside for a wave C. In both case scenario here, in case you are in bullish scenario, which is an impulse wave 3, this might play as a wave 4. Or if you are in an ABC wave 3, this plays as a wave B. And that means in both case scenarios, you are looking, of course, still for lower for Tesla and then start to move towards the upside in case you're looking for a wave 5 or in case you are looking after a wave C, which it should be also almost the same scenario here for the wave C as an impulse. Now, if we dive a little bit deeper inside it on the lower time frame, of course, we can see that this move to the downside is analyzed, of course, as following. So we have double 1-2s here, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, and then because, of course, the intersection here of the wave 2 in this area, meaning, of course, higher potential that you have double 1-2s, and having a wave 3 very massive toward the downside. Your wave 3 is forming another double 1-2 internally and has of course unfolded a wave 3, main wave 3, where you have a 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5 potentially finished here, or you are still looking for an ending a diagonal for a wave 5, meaning you would like to finish a wave 3 over there for the yellow scenario, and then of course getting back for a wave 4 and a 5, and then of course to finish a wave 3 in the pink here, and then of course a 4 and a 5 again, of course, to finish a wave C potentially that we are looking for, which it should be of course a deep wave toward the downside. And that is of course your wave C that it might unfold here of course as an A, B and a C. We are looking for this expanding flat for a wave C, and therefore of course I'm still looking for lower. I don't see any kind of recovery for Tesla. Knowing that the market is recovering, I was expecting to move towards the upside still, even potentially here, but actually it just has finished this wave as a wave 1 exactly here. So let me just make this even much more clear for you guys. So what we are looking at is this is your wave 1 here, 1 and ABC correction for a wave 2. And potentially you finished ABC here, ABC for the correction. And currently we are looking after, of course, as this blue box still, which is your wave 3 potential target, which is a perfect target for wave 3, taking simply the low in a simple price action, then wave 4, then wave 5. So basically this is what I'm looking at. Of course, this diagonal is squeezing, I would say, and yeah, start to unfold something here. Potentially you have here a B and a C. Let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. without reaching also the fib levels and taking the low. So unless it is 1, 2, 3, 4 invalidated right now, okay. Interesting. So on the 1 hour chart, let's move inside it. So we have potentially a finished ABC here. We have an impulse finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means something. If you finish a zigzag without taking the low, a new opportunity or new scenario is opening here, which is it can be of course a triangle. Yeah, triangle potential here. We're talking about this triangle as an A, B, C, D, and an E. Okay, and then start to move towards the upside. Very potential as well. Yeah, what does this means as well? If we have double 1, 2s, wave 3, 4 and a 5, 4 and a 5, is it possible? 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5. Correction, 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5. Whoa. Okay, that could be a potential rather than a zigzag here. Why we don't consider those wave A and a C as a double 1, 2, 4 and a 5. And that means, of course, you might be here in something finished, potentially. It can be finished here, where you have 1, 2, 1, 2, and then you got your wave 3, and you get 4, 5, 4, and a 5. Yeah. So that is also a potential. And now you are starting to look maybe also into not just a triangle, it can be also the leading diagonal that we see on the recovery of the market. Your wave 3 is double 1, 2. Well, actually, even here, it's not necessarily even to call it double 1, 2, but I call it just due to the very massive wave towards the downside here. But it can be 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 as well, extended wave 5. Why not? It can be to finish a wave 3 and then having a wave 4 and a 5, 4 and a 5. So I'm starting now because of this price action, guys. Of course, definitely because of this price action, I'm starting to, of course, lay down a new scenario here for Tesla, potentially in case, of course, we are bottomed here and we are starting to look for higher. So, of course, this scenario is still working there. All right, it's still there, but I'm estimating a new scenario just in case. So look what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna remove all of this. So basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 can be a finished, of course, scenario for a wave 3. All right, and I'm doing this just because of this price action here. And then potentially we have 1, 2, and then 3, and then 4, and a 5 finished as well. But yeah, the problem, here we go. Now I realize the problem. Okay, we cannot consider this as a wave 5 unless you have 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5, 4 and a 5. But this wave 4 is not matching at all this wave 2. Well, actually no, guys, sorry, it doesn't work. But I tried. I tried to find a different scenario maybe for the bullish, but I couldn't find it yet. Because your wave 5 here should take the low already. So it should be 5, 4, and a 5. And that's why. Okay, let's see a different scenario for the bullish. We need a scenario for the bullish. That is the thing. Okay, what if we have A, B, and a C? Okay, can be A, B, and a C. This will unfold, of course, the scenario of the ending diagonal. So that means, of course, something like this. Here we go, guys. Yeah, like A, B, and a C. Yeah, so this can be also a possibility. But in this case, therefore, I have to read this as a finished correction, A, B, and a C. So yeah, that could work fine as well, like A, B, and a C, right? So 3 waves down zigzag, and then another 3 waves, and then okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, finished wave C here, and then we're looking for A, B, and a C potentially. Or we can be looking, well, yeah, that is a problem, the low again. I was like trying, okay, what if we get a leading diagonal from here, but you got the low? Yeah, so therefore you're obliged with a wave ABC again, right? So this is the scenario. Yeah, so this is most bullish scenario right now. Sorry, guys. To get for Tesla, in case you are looking for a bullish, in case. So I'm just estimating all scenarios, and this is the point of the video here to see all possibilities. So potentially you can have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 for a wave C here. Okay, so basically this is what I'm estimating right now as bullish scenario. Let me add the path also. Potentially you get 3, 4, and a 5. But that means you're still corrective, guys. And that means, of course, you might still see continuation towards the downside or something else unfolding. Okay, so basically also, well, in a bigger view, I would show you something that also can be possible. A, B, and a C, D, E. Yes, exactly. So what if we're going sideways for Tesla for a while? It means, of course, what if you have expanding flat here for A, B, C, D, and an E, of course, running a triangle because you took the high here. What is a possibility? Well, it can be. Why not? Yeah. So since we didn't took the low yet here, and we start to see some retracement towards the upside and some difficulties to continue for lower currently, what if that this scenario is unfolding as a potential triangle? So these are the potential bullish, I would say, like short-term bullish and sideways possibilities. Okay, so yeah, so I don't want to stick with the same scenario every day or every time for Tesla, which is very bearish, which is the highest possibility, of course, still. Unless, of course, right now we see something moving higher. Okay, that was just now. Oh yeah, okay, that was during the video. So yeah, this is what I was talking about because I saw, of course, a finished structure and you start to move for higher. So what if the possibility is shifting to this one? Yeah. So that's why now, of course, we saw a gap and then now it's dropping back again towards the downside, but preferably that you see continuation towards the upside in this case. Yeah. And it can be, of course, 3 ways up, 3 ways down. You're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 ending diagonal potentially for Tesla. I cannot start to take it from here as a leading diagonal, yeah, because of course this is your low, and you could not finish a restructure here rather than ABC here. If you want to join this structure to this move here, well, it can be, but how? Another scenario for this, I'm trying to find a total bullish. Okay, I'm trying to find if there is a possibility for a very high bullish scenario, guys. Sorry for the long video, but I think it's very important to show this rather than a live stream. Okay, so what is the possibility of a WX and a Y? Let me check. Yeah, here we go. WX in the middle and a wave Y in a zigzag. Yeah, very, very possible as well. Why not? And they are matching, and there is an X as a bridge between. So yeah, why not, guys? Okay, this is a scenario of a very bullish scenario. In X and a Y, your W is over there. Here we go. And therefore, this is considered right now, if we move in leading diagonal, is considered as a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 continuation of the market towards the upside. Here we go. We got a scenario for a total bullish. So one more thing I would add to this video is how we get to know, are we in leading or in ending diagonal? Which one is? Well, the answer is gonna be given over here. If we get 3 corrective waves after finishing this diagonal, if we get 3 corrective waves and we start to see an impulse towards the upside, therefore, of course, I would consider a bullish scenario or a continuation of the market for higher prices. And in case we are in ending diagonal, you would like to see, of course, the low taken and, of course, impulsively moving toward the downside. Yep, so that was it for Tesla. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.